Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm just going to be kind of talking a little bit about the Eagles and Commanders game. That was super exciting game to watch. I was voting for the Eagles, and I was surprised they were down 10-6 at halftime. But to basically, talk about the game, some of the highlights, we obviously saw Saquon, those two big, or he should have had two touchdowns, but he had the one long touchdown. Basically won the team the game, but I got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line because they played an amazing game. They couldn't really run in the first half or even most of the game, but they showed up where it mattered, and that's why the Eagles are leading the NFC East. So Eagles, I think they'll probably win the division just because some of the things I saw from the Commanders. Some of the bad things about the Commanders that I wish they would have addressed is they need another wide receiver. You got Terry, Noah Brown, but Noah Brown he's not really a starting receiver in my eyes, or maybe he's a wide receiver 3, but they need another guy. At least that's what I would address for the offseason. I don't think the Commanders are going to be enough of a threat with the two backs, the offensive line, and Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is good, but he's a little bit older, and they're going to need a future tight end. So, good things about the Commanders is their defense. Their defense looks pretty good, but I can't blame them. They played pretty well tonight, and the Eagles would not have scored probably over 20 points if the Commanders' offense could do a lot more. So that was the big issue for the Commanders, was pretty much their offense. And I can't blame Jaden Daniels. He did have that bad interception where it kind of mattered. They probably would have put up, 20 points if they did just a little bit better. And this game the Commanders could have easily won this game. They could have won this game, and they would be number 1 in the division. So this is just one of those games that kind of tipped the scale, and the Eagles took advantage of it. So best thing about the Commanders is I liked what I saw from Saquon. But besides Saquon, A.J. Brown had a solid day, even though Jalen Hurts wasn't really throwing the ball. And some great things I got to say about this Eagles defense is Jalen Carter on the defensive line. You can see how good he is, and who he reminds me of is Christian Wilkins on the Dolphins. Because I'm a huge Dolphins fan, and I have been watching Christian Wilkins for a long time. I still watched him this season before he got injured and all that. But Jalen Carter looks like he's going to be like the next Sue or something like that. If anybody remembers Sue when he was on the Lions, and then he was also on the Dolphins. And then he won the title on the Bucks, actually. So that was when he was older. But I think Jalen Carter is going to be a force inside, and that's exactly what the Eagles need. They got decent outside, I guess, pass rushers with Sweat, and I don't know who the other guy is. But good things I've seen from Cooper DeJean, or DeJean, however you pronounce it. He looks like a solid corner, and then I like what I see from the safeties. So Eagles defense is pretty elite. One big problem the Eagles have is, you guys know exactly what I'm going to say. It's Jake Elliott. It's the kicker. Missed 2 field goals and an extra point, and that extra point was a critical one. During the time where it was 12-10, the Eagles just scored. It could have been 13-10. But luckily, the defense really saved the Eagles tonight, and that's what I like to see. I do like to see good defensive games. On the contrary, though, I am playing fantasy, guys. I kind of wanted to bring you in on this one, and my fantasy team was saved by Saquon and went off for 33. I have ESPN. I'm in 4th place now, but that's besides the point. Anyway, it was a super good game. I think this Eagles team is definitely a contender to win the NFC. I probably have the Lions over them. How I would mark it is Lions, Eagles, 49ers. And I know 49ers might be a little bit high, but I think they'll be over the Commanders and all the other teams in the NFC. So that's the thing about that. And then the Commanders, they just need Jaden Daniels. Looks like he's a franchise quarterback, but he sometimes was kind of like running into sacks, basically holding on to the ball for too long. I guess you could blame that on not having another receiver, and Terry had himself a horrible day. He might have caught like just one pass. Very unfortunate. That's the thing about Terry, is he's not consistent, basically, and that's the problem. Washington needs a consistent receiver. Keep Terry, just get another one, because I like what I saw from Zach Ertz and Austin Eckler. Oh my God, leading the team in receiving yards. We're not even gonna talk about that one. That's insane. But a lot of good things from this Commanders team. Best things I like about the team is the offensive line and those 2 running backs, Robinson and Austin Eckler. if this team can run the ball effectively, they run basically the same offense as the Eagles, and I think they could be as good. But they just got to focus on running the ball, getting positive yards. That's kind of was the issue for the Commanders tonight. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free to drop a comment or a like, anything like that. Just feel free to let me know what type of videos you guys else would like to see. Alright guys, peace.